Have you ever experienced a moment where you just want to put your hands up in the air and give up, cry? Well, I had a moment this week where I literally was about to sit on the floor in the middle of the store and just burst in tears. Now, before I get into that story, I want to say aloha and welcome to episode number 3 of Releasing the Badass in You show. I'm Marianne Roos, your guide in the pursuit of growth, passive income, and most importantly, time freedom with a huge focus on gratitude and mindset to attract an overflow of abundance. Because the more that you make, the bigger the impact that you get to make for the people that you love and around the world. So now back to that story. The other day, it seemed like one thing after the other just piled on and piled on and piled on to where my stress level just kept on rising and rising. And from an emotional standpoint, if you were to look at an energy type of meter, you could have said that I went into a negative type of energy instead of being into a positive energy. And so here, this is where I got to my breaking point. Let me know if you can relate to this. Maybe you've actually done this. So by the end of the day, I was so done that I was ready to call it quits on what was going on. Anywho, I still had one more stop to make, which was at the store. And there was only one particular item that I needed to get, and it was a very specific item. So there, I actually asked for assistance in finding where in the store that item was, to where they even told me which aisle and which section, because they had the sections numbered. And so they told me which aisle and which section number that particular item was located, and that yes, they did have it in stock. And so here I go to that aisle and to that section. I don't see it anywhere. And basically there's all the same type of items. However, the one that I needed was a specific item number. And I'm looking at all the item numbers on the boxes, and they're big boxes. So it's not like I'm looking at tiny little things, right? They're big boxes. Like the boxes are about this big. And I'm looking at the item numbers and I'm not finding it. So I look around different areas that are in the same vicinity, right? Because there's other displays. I'm like, maybe it's on the end cap. Maybe it's a special display that they have created. And I go multiple times around. I am getting to the point where I'm about to say literally, and I don't use this word very often, but F this. I was about to say F this. As I turn around another corner, circling back around those different aisles and displays, I'm about to just say F this and just sit down and cry. Right there in the middle of the store. And right when that when that came through my mind, where I was about to just drop on the floor, around the corner comes one of the sales associates, who turns out to be somebody that I know, to where we're not like super friends or anything. It's somebody that I know. Our kids went to school together, so we get to know who the other parents are, right? And he came around the corner. He was helping a customer, but he saw me and he said, "Hey, how's it going? Hello." And I'm like, I'm frustrated. That's the only thing I could blurt out in that moment. I'm like, I'm frustrated. So he finishes helping that customer, gives me a quick hug, passing, and he says, "I'll be right back." And so that customer, he's like, "Well, I never didn't got a hug." That's okay. So he comes right back and he's like, "What can I help you with?" And I tell him this is all that I'm looking for. And I'm so frustrated because this is where I was told that it is. And I even looked in the area and I'm still not finding it. And it says it's in stock. So I'm probably looking right at it and not finding it. Right? So he pulls up the little handheld device thingy where he looks it up, the exact item number. He's like, yeah, yeah, supposed to be right here, and which is where we were standing, right? And it wasn't there. So he's like, okay, let me look around. And he starts looking around and he finds it in one of the spots that I had looked. So I had stared straight at it, but I was so frustrated, so that I couldn't even see anything that was right in front of my face. So thankfully, there, okay, there, got it home. And actually, when I got to my car, I loaded the 3 big boxes into my car and I got a text. A text from a friend who's also a client of mine that was saying thank you, that was being appreciative for something that I had done for her. Something super simple, not something that I was expecting a thank you for, but she reached out to say thank you. And when thinking back, that hug that he gave me when I said I'm frustrated was a positive disruptor to where it created a small shift in my energy, helping me come back a little bit more to positive, right? And then when I got that text to say thank you, that was another positive disruptor to shift my energy into the positive side again. And I want to encourage you to discover what are positive disruptors in your life that you can apply when you get in that shift where your energy goes down into the negative, your thoughts, your mindset. Because when you go down and you start spiraling, it's harder to come back up, right? So, what are the things that you can do to create that shift? What are those things that are positive disruptors? I know for me, I have certain things that I can do, such as surround myself by nature, to where what I love to do is take my phone and go around and like right now, okay. Okay, there's 2 lizards right now that are doing the hanky panky there on the solar light. I'm not gonna show it to you, but for me, I'd be going like, "Ooh, let me see if I can take a picture." Not of them doing the hanky panky, but of the lizards, right? Or if I see a butterfly or a bee, I'd be trying to take a picture to where for me that shifts me into a positive energy. So, what is it for you that is a positive disruptor that you can incorporate when your energy shifts to something more negative? And what is a positive disruptor that you can incorporate when you know that somebody else has their energy shifting more into the negative? So I do have a little freebie for you with a list of some things that are positive disruptors that either you can incorporate or that you can use to bring a positive shift for others. So just go to the link that I'm going to have right here, and I'm also going to put the link in the show notes so that you can easily access it. You can download it for free. And if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to let me know. But I hope that this helps to bring you a little bit of golden nuggets to your day. And if this is something that brings a little sunshine into your day, that you got a little aha, be sure to subscribe if there's a subscribe button somewhere around here, right? Or like this or share it with somebody. And let's go ahead and release that badass in you together. So until next time, toodle pip, a hooey ho.